In tonight's WGN Investigates, as Chicago aldermen fight to restore ShotSpotter, we take you inside an unsolved murder at the center of the debate over the effectiveness of the gunshot detection system.
In 2020, Chicago police used ShotSpotter to help investigate a fatal shooting. Investigative reporter Ben Bradley explains how the case collapsed.
It stands as one of Chicago's most violent weekends on record. A total of 25 people killed and more than 80 wounded over 3 days in 2020.
Yo, I'm gonna die in here.
The bloodshed unfolded as civil unrest triggered by the killing of George Floyd by Minneapolis police drew bigger headlines. This Southside AutoZone was among the dozens of stores damaged and looted. It was also where surveillance cameras captured what may have been the last known images of 25-year-old Safarian Herring, a victim of violence unrelated to the looting and protests that weekend.
And I guess when this guy come in, he said my son asked him for a ride home, which if he did ask him for a ride home, I don't know why my son asked him for a ride home.
Police and court records reviewed by WGN Investigates say Safarian caught a ride in this Toyota SUV owned by Michael Williams.
The guy said that he knew my son from the neighborhood, which if my son did hang out in that neighborhood, I guess he got in the car with him, proceeded north. They got to 6301 South Stony Island.
And that is where a bullet found Safarian.
I could see this whole case in my head when I close my eyes, when I lay down. I see this case from front to back. He ain't have a chance.
For years, ShotSpotter has been a fixture in some Chicago neighborhoods, mostly on the south and west sides. The gunshot detection system was touted as a faster way to alert police about the location of gunfire.
Get in the crowd. Check the car. Put your hands aside. Put your hands aside.
That was the case in 2022 in the city's Inglewood neighborhood.
Car's clear. Oh, whoa. Oh, wow. That's an armory in there. Cuff him now.
When police, responding to a ShotSpotter alert, arrested this suburban man with 5 guns and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition.
You got any other weapons on you?
He's got one here.
Yeah, I got pistol. How many more you got on you?
He had shot into a park, but no one was injured, and he was charged with multiple felonies.
Okay, why don't you sit down for me? And we'll talk and we'll see what's going on.
Herring's case was different in that he was shot while riding inside the SUV. The question was, who shot him?
We know he was shot in the car because they didn't find no gunshot residue. They found blood in the seats and on the passenger side of in the car where he was sitting.
After the shooting, Williams drove Herring to the hospital.
They said, "You need to get down here quick." I said, "What's wrong?" They said it was a gunshot to the head. When I walked in there, he wasn't even recognizable. I said, "That wasn't my son." So I turned back around, and the doctor said, "Yes, that's Safarian Herring." Wow.
Williams left before police arrived, so detectives were left with few clues, or even an address of where Herring was wounded. Enter ShotSpotter.
I'm gonna be honest, if it weren't for ShotSpotters, probably wouldn't have even known. Wouldn't have known where he got shot.
Based on an initial ShotSpotter alert, police concluded Herring was hit by gunfire near 63rd and Stony Island. There's no video of the shooting, but cameras captured 2 vehicles, Williams' Toyota and what's believed to be a Dodge Charger, speeding away from the intersection.
I still have to deal with issues in my head.
Through his attorney, Williams declined an interview request, but he spoke with WGN about that night in 2022.
Car pulled up on the side of mine on Stony Island. and a shot was fired and it struck my passenger in the head.
Authorities didn't believe his story. They charged Williams with murder. In records reviewed by WGN Investigates, police allege the video shows the Charger's windows were closed, meaning they would have shattered if a bullet was fired from inside the car.
He said, well, we have you. ShotSpotter have you for firing a gun.
Williams' attorney said police were wrong on multiple fronts. ShotSpotter can't pinpoint exactly where the shot was fired. And what's more, he believes this same video shows the Charger's window was open, not closed, as police allege.
That video clearly shows that the rear window on that Dodge Charger is rolled down. The police had the video. They did not look at it properly. They missed it.
Williams pleaded not guilty and maintained his innocence, even as he spent nearly a year in Cook County Jail.
It got so bad for me, I even attempted to commit suicide myself.
Eventually, prosecutors dropped the charges, citing a lack of evidence. ShotSpotter had helped police investigate the killing, but in an ironic twist, it's also what led to the case's collapse.
ShotSpotter gave the police the lead in this case, but the police did an absolutely terrible job investigating it. As a result, Mr. Williams spent a year in jail for a crime that he did not commit.
Williams is now suing the city of Chicago, claiming in this federal lawsuit that he was falsely accused because CPD officers used unreliable ShotSpotter evidence to arrest and prosecute him.
I'm not the only one that deserves an apology. I feel that the young man who was shot and killed in my car, I feel his family deserves an apology.
Mayor Brandon Johnson pulled the plug on ShotSpotter this fall, claiming it leads to over-policing. But a majority of aldermen, including many who represent Chicago's highest crime neighborhoods, fired back.
But you know what I don't like? Canceling ShotSpotter when people are dying on the damn street.
Soon after ShotSpotter was switched off, Sierra Evans was shot. Her body not found for 9 hours. Aldermen say they asked ShotSpotter to review records and found 11 gunshots were detected on the block, but not reported to police because the city ended the contract.
Could it have potentially probably have brought first responders to her body sooner? Yes, so that way she was not just sitting out here with her body decaying overnight.
It's an alarm, now silenced.
And the hurtful thing is I wasn't there to protect him. I don't hear his voice. I can't hear him calling me, telling me, hey, Pops, what you doing?
At the same time, Mayor Brandon Johnson's administration allowed the ShotSpotter contract to expire. They've put out a request for proposals for other technology to help fight and respond to crime. But ShotSpotter supporters, including many aldermen, are trying to use the city's ongoing budget negotiations to engineer a way to bring ShotSpotter back. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.